Hello and welcome to another introductory video to Biomedical Sciences second year, and in this video we're going to be discussing biochemistry. So one of those courses that is unique to biomedical sciences is biochemistry. So this one is quite different from the biochemistry that we'll be having as pharmacy students, but the content is the same. It's just the mode of delivery is quite different between the two. So I can't say both the courses, both the two programs, pharmacy and biomedical, can watch this video. We'll try to make a separate video for pharmacy because we do kata there as well. But yes, let's just get right into it for biomedical sciences. So we are talking about metabolic biochemistry and genetics. So, okay, metabolic biochemistry and genetics. Here we go. So, the study of the chemicals and the chemistry of living organisms is how we define biochemistry. And then we're going to be looking at different molecules, particularly ones that are involved in genetics, which are DNA, RNA, and uh, uh, similar molecules, of course. So you understand molecules within the body and metabolic processes that they are involved in, basically. So that's a brief overview of biochemistry. You talk about molecules first, talk about lipids, for example. You talk about carbohydrates. You talk about uh, what else? Proteins, and then you now talk about what are known as pathways. I'm sure you've heard already pathways. So then, how do these molecules now enter certain pathways? Let's say carbohydrates. How are they degraded, and then how does energy? When you say you eat something and then the body utilizes it and you have energy, how does that process occur? What pathways do they um, do those molecules undergo to give you energy? So that's what biochemistry will be about, basically. That and other things also couple like mechanisms of actions of different hormones. It will be different pathways here and there. So this is quite an interesting course as well. So mode of delivery for biochemistry is online and physical with a good blend between the two. There'll be lab sessions as well, which will be done together with biotech, and then the CA will be compiled together with biotech, and the labs will be 5% of the CA, and there will also be assignments will be 5% of CA as well. So what I mean they'll be done together is that according to them, the same CA that you have in biotech is the same CA in biochemistry. Okay, so you do the labs together and then you get the subtotal, and then once you get the subtotal, the same CA for just for the labs will apply to biotech and biochemistry. Okay, I hope that is clear. All right, and then for tests, you have 3 to 4 tests per academic year as well. The tests are S's unless they give you an online test. An online test will now have MCQs, a lot of them, but mostly physical tests, and the tests are going to be essays. In biomedical sciences, you're going to be writing essays. The total CA, after putting all of these together, the tests and the assignments and the labs, they're going to give you 40% total CA. So aim to get about 32 CA, 35 CA, then you're guaranteed to get an A. Life is good like that. And pointers to understand as much as you can and commit to memory as much as you can. Biochemistry, it's it needs a good blend of both as well because you need to understand what is happening. And the good thing is that it's not even hard to understand what is happening here. Okay, but the majority of the time you have to commit to memory a lot of things: the names of enzymes, the names of different molecules, the names of the different pathways, and a lot of stuff that is going on. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to commit to memory. So start training your mind to be ready to do that. But understanding, this is the easy part. Understanding and knowing what's happening is the easy part. The part that is a lot is the part where you have to memorize. Use mnemonics as you memorize these mnemonics. You see that they're quite provided in the tutorials that I myself do. I always make sure that I give a mnemonic if I know that something is bonded and you have to remember it. I always give a mnemonic so that you don't forget it. Okay, so use mnemonics as much as you can because stuff to remember will be a lot. So use as many things to help you as you can so that you don't get lost. All right. Then how to study biochem? Lecture sites are enough, good enough for chemistry. You don't have to struggle with books, lecture slides, attending lectures and lecture slides. They are enough. Then additional materials like videos can be used, tutorials and videos can be used. Like our videos at Get Ahead Institute, of course, very short, direct to the point, and even our slides, very, very brief, but they have everything that you need. Write down as much as you can from memory and then compare with the notes. This is how you, like, if you're studying, don't just go through something and then just commit it. You agree that you've committed it to memory. No, close the book, get a blank pen and a paper, and then write what you remember. If it's a pathway, write it from A to Z and then compare. Is it correct? If you missed out something, write out everything that you remember and then go back and then see what you missed and then try to connect things from there. Do it 3, 4 times if you have to until it sinks in. Do it as much as you can. That's how you trick your brain into remembering something. I use this method and it worked for me. Okay? Go through past papers and make sure you can answer most of the questions you find, because the questions, good thing with biochem is that they won't ask you things that they've never taught you. That's why lecture slides are enough, and go for class, because they won't give you anything other than that. Okay, it's not like these courses where you find questions that you've never heard of, you know, it's stuff that would even get the A plus student confused. But in this one, they ask you, let's say, for example, you learn about biomolecules, like carbohydrates, for example. What question can they ask you about carbohydrates? Explain how carbohydrates are metabolized. Explain maybe uh, the classification of carbohydrates. Explain uh, how. What else can they ask you? Yeah, things like that. So it's just know what carbohydrates are, just study it, and then you meet questions. You find that most of them you can answer them just after studying. You can answer most of the questions just after studying. So most of the deal has to come in when you're doing the slides. Make sure you understand, you memorize everything. Go through past papers and make sure that you at least test yourself as much as you can. How does Get Ahead You should come in again? We use short tutorials tailored at high yield content and exactly how they might ask you, and then exactly how to remember these. So the SF files and video explainers are also available on the drive, and tips on how to memorize and mnemonics are also provided to help you further, just like I explained. So we do have packages even for this course as well to help you um, study it and to help you get through as you study with us as you get through your academic year. So that will be it for this tutorial video. Again, I'll leave my line. Okay, so that's 0762182144. You can WhatsApp me, and then uh, we can have a chat on your registration to Get Ahead Institute, and we'll be glad to have you on board. Other than that, that'll be it for this video. Thank you.